Hello, my name is Glenn Ashworth. Today I'm going to show you how to check the status of, to load new files to, and troubleshoot Alto DA series amplifiers. I'm going to start by turning on the amplifier, connecting the provided cable to your laptop, and if you're not sure which port connect it to, you can go to Settings. I like to unplug the cable, hit refresh ports, connect the cable, hit refresh ports again, you see which one is the correct one to select. So I'll select COM4. I'm going to hit connect here. It found amplifier 1. I'm going to go to, it should turn green, I'm going to go to configuration tab here, press refresh. So these are all the default entertainment values. Each one of these is described in depth in the product manual. So if you want to find more details, you can find them at the end of the manual there. Some of them are self-explanatory. A lot of these are default startup values. Some of them are more permanent, like input attenuators or gain trim. So typically your amplifier should be configured properly already. Your amplifier should already have a label with the aircraft serial number and amp number. You can check those settings if you go to database here. Make sure amp data manager is selected, and then you can click get amp header, and you can see what aircraft configuration revision is loaded to your amplifier. This is a location that if a new file was provided to you by Alto, you would click Open Database for download, navigate to where you saved that file, and click Download. Obviously, if there are multiple amplifiers, you'll have to connect each amplifier and do this. Also, the files are separate for entertainment and PA. So if you have an amplifier with both entertainment and PA, you'll have to load the entertainment file and then the PA file as well. Same process, open database, select it, and download. After loading a new file, I always like to power cycle portable circuit breakers, just so you know you're starting fresh. Again, back to configuration tab. Some common parameters you might adjust are the gain trim. Let's say you want some more gain overall, the whole system, or you want less, you can adjust that here. Any change you make, say I click 0, type in a -10, that'll decrease the volume by about half. This will remain permanent. If you find a change, if you make a bunch of changes, you make changes and you're happy with the result, you can save this file and send it to Alto, so we will retain it for our records. Again, the amplifier you connected to has a label with serial numbers, so if that amplifier was to ever have an issue or failure, it was to be sent back, we would be sure to load it with the latest and greatest file. So any changes you make here, please capture them, that save, and send us the data, please. Next, we'll go to our status page. You can hit refresh here. You can check each of your amplifier channel statuses and any of your fault conditions here. If there are any fault conditions, that's also reflected in the lights on the amplifier. The amplifier has a green light for the entertainment board for indicating power present. It's got a green light for the PA board indicating power present. So you should have 2 green lights if you have both entertainment and PA boards. If you only have one, you're missing power to one of them. A blue light comes on when there's a PA event in progress, and there are red flashing lights that can indicate a variety of things. Please reference the product manual to find out what 3 red blinks or 5 red blinks signifies. But the best way to access it is the status page. It will tell you exactly what the fault is. If there were speaker open loads here, you would see one of these highlighted red. You would click on it. You might see an open load. Maybe a speaker is disconnected. You might see a short to ground if a wire is pinched somewhere. Everything looks good. I'm going to move on to the PA Manager tab here. This page automatically updates. You can hit refresh, but it's constantly checking. So in this window here, you've got current keyline status. So if any of the ordinances, like no smoking and fasten seatbelt, are currently keyed, you should see a bubble to whichever ordinance you're connected to. I can go ahead and turn on Ordinance 1 in my test fixture here. I see Ordinance 1 is lit up here. This menu above is the last PA message received. This can be useful if you have something happening upon startup or very quickly and you're not sure what is occurring or what the last occurrence was. So I went ahead and turned off that ordinance, and this still says the last message received was Ordinance 1. That can be useful in troubleshooting. Let's go back to the configuration tab. So we previously looked at our entertainment parameters here. You can click this if your amplifier has PA as well. You click PA. You can see the parameters load. Again, reference the product manual for a more in-depth description of each of these parameters here. Typically, you'll make changes here like mic 1 volume. If the microphone's too loud, you can turn it down. Input attenuator actually puts resistors in line with the signal. If you're overdriving the input, if it's too high, you might try attenuators first and then decrease the volume more here. Again, you click in this window, type -10, press enter. Oh, we see we got a red not weight on wheels. Typically that should be active on your aircraft. That should be wired up. The amplifier is designed not to allow you to make changes if it thinks you're in flight. So I've got a weight on wheels switch on my test fixture. I'm going to try it again. And it accepted it this time. I'll hit refresh. Always hit refresh after you make a change to be sure it took effect. Again, if you make changes here and you're satisfied with them, please save them and send them to Alto so we have a record. So we have microphone volume levels, we have our chime levels. You can turn speakers on and off. There are the ordinance inputs. You can do all sorts of masking with sending an ordinance to only certain speakers or muting certain speakers. For any special applications, please give us a call. Odds are we can accommodate them. But just simply define in text what you want. I want this speaker to play this chime when this happens. Explain it in simple English and we'll convert it to the amplifier settings, appropriate settings. And very flexible configuration here, so we can probably accommodate just about any need. So once you're happy with all your basic configuration settings, I'll also explain a bit here. Cabin map.